Hello friends, Lisa here from Thermomixing Adventures. Today I'm making something that I think I've made years ago, but not when it was a guided recipe. Like I'm thinking maybe TM5 days, and it is boba tea, bubble tea, right? I'm going to introduce my kids to this concept today. They've never had it. It's been many years, probably well over 15 years since I've had it. It used to be a thing when I used to catch the bus home from work, and once a week I'd treat myself to it going through the supermarket. It was in as a craze then, so I'm excited today to give this a go with the Thermomix. It's just 3 simple steps, but it is a bit time consuming because it's going to come to boil and things like that. So I thought I'd come and take you along for the ride. I'm purely making this for fun because I thought it'd be something a bit fun to make, and how easy it is to be able to do things like that with our Thermomix. So we're going to go straight to start. It asks for, and it's an American recipe, so it's in ounces. No big deal. It asks for 32 ounces of water, which is about 1 litre. So I've already put that in, and then we're going to boil it. So I'm going to put the lid in place, and I'm going to press the play button, and it's using our kettle mode, which our TM7 has inbuilt to it, and it's going to boil. So I'll come back in probably 5 minutes time when it's boiling, and we'll do the next step together. So I'll see you soon. Okay, it is sung at me. So now we go next, and it says add 4 to 5 black tea bags. In this goes. If we hook the edge over the side, it won't fall in usually. And we're going to allow the tea bags to steep for 5 to 7 minutes. So I'm going to put my timer on. You might notice there's actually a timer on already. Sometimes my children put this on to keep the Thermomix on for the day. We'll go 5 minutes because I don't want it too strong. And then that'll tick away there. And we'll be back in 5 minutes time, and it says we're going to put this out into something then. So I'll need to grab something out to put it into. So we'll see you shortly. Okay, I have transferred it aside to cool. So it's sitting there in my 1 litre jar. Now it wants more water, 64 ounces, which is about 1.2 litres now. So it's a bit more. This is making 4 serves, okay? Although mine will be going 6 ways, so it'll be going a bit further. A lot more water than that. That's actually, oh well, it's under the 1 litre mark, so that's about 30. So let's double that. So the easy way to think about your ounces to grams is multiply by 3 and add a 0. So 600, it's not even 600, 64. So if you think of 60 multiplied by 3 is 180, chuck a 0 back on the end, 1.8 litres. That'll do. That'll do us there. Next, you can see that water bouncing around. We're going to bring it to the boil again. So push the play button, and it says, meanwhile, follow the next steps. Fill a large bowl halfway with ice water to create an ice bath and set aside. So I'm going to find my thermo server, my brand new big one, and I'm going to fill it with some ice and some water, and I'll be back to see you when this is boiled. So I'll see you soon. Okay, welcome back. It is now boiled, and it's telling us to add our 5 ounces of tapioca pearls. Now I have these ones from just the supermarket. They're in the section where you get the old-fashioned custards and stuff. So it's normally with like the things I never buy. So like the squeezy caramels and chocolates, the jelly section. It's at the very bottom. Usually there's only one brand. And this is what they look like. Now they won't blow up as big as the ones that I remember, but they'll do a really good job. So I think there's a hole in this packet. Seems to be escaping a few of them. I might just use what I've got. I'm going to go next, and now they're going to cook it. It says for what it says on the packet. So let's have a look what it says on the packet. When it says set time, we have to pick it. And it says simmer for 8 to 9 minutes. So we'll just put that on 9 minutes. We press play, and once they're soft and translucent, they will be ready. So we will just come back in 8 minutes and see what we do soon. See you then. Okay, welcome back. So we're going to now drain these through our simmering basket. I presume they're done. They've been cooked. And it's going to change, that your cook time is going to change depending on the size of them, the brand. Like the little ones are going to cook faster than the big ones. So through the simmering basket, remembering it is boiling hot water. Probably should grab that a little better. Actually, better still, I probably should use my thing that came with it. Hey, the spatula. Spatula would be a good thing to be using as the handle for the simmering basket right now. Pity I can't see it. Okay, so I'm just running these through and then we're going to cool them quite quickly. Now, as I said, some are bigger ones. The ones I remember years ago were quite large. These ones are quite small. Strain, transfer to prepared bath, and set aside to cool. So I'm just trying to get the last of the liquid out of these. I'll show you in a second. Looks amazing. Looks so pretty. Okay. So into the ice bath to get them to chill fast. So in here. There we go. And I'll just leave them be for a little while. Next, rinse the mixing bowl. Place. So now we're going to make a sugar syrup. So we just want to make sure there's none of those little pearls left, because they are like a starch. Okay, they're a tapioca pearl. And if you think about your Brazilian cheese puffs and things like that, they use tapioca flour, right? So that's what these little pearls are made of. Now, I made my own homemade brown sugar recently. The video will come up soon if it hasn't already. And we're going to use that today, yay, to make the sugar syrup. So 3.5 ounces, 369, it'll be about 100 grams of brown sugar. It smells amazing. Such an easy thing to make. Check out that video when it comes out. Okay, and then 7 ounces of water. Just use my kettle to do that. What was that? That's about 200-ish grams. And this goes. Next, and then cook 15 minutes. I love this recipe. I love how it's all just segmented. It's big bits of time I can go do other things while it just does its thing. So lots of bringing things up to the boil. So this is a sugar syrup. We'll press play and we'll come back in 15 minutes and we're going to assemble this and put it all together. I'm so excited. Homemade bubble tea. So good. You don't have to spend like ridiculous amount of money on it. You can make it yourself. So we'll see you soon. Okay, this sugar syrup is done. Now says to remove the mixing bowl and set aside to cool. And we're actually done all the different components. So this is a beautiful sugar syrup. It will go between, in my case, 6, but in usual case it would be 4 serves. Look at that, stunning color. We've got the tea, which is semi-cooled. It's not quite cool yet. We've then also got the little doobie things, tapioca pearls, which I'm actually going to put into a jar. I can't imagine me using all of these just for 4 drinks, but you never know. I guess we'll soon find out. So I'm just going to plop these into a jar because I figure I can put them in the fridge for another time if I don't use them all. So I'm sure they'll last a couple of days in the fridge. But you can see how translucent they've got. They look very much like little pearls. I'll bring it up and show you in a second. But chilled and ready to go. So, oh, it's fogging up the sides. Maybe I won't be able to show you. But they're literally like little clear balls. So I am going to just let these cool a little bit and then I'm going to actually put it together and taste it and tell you what I think. So I'll see you in maybe half an hour when everything's cool enough to put together. So I'll see you soon. Hello friends, welcome to Thermomixing Adventures. It is Lisa here and today I am just finishing up actually a video for YouTube on how to make bubble tea in your Thermomix. Now you might be like, what is bubble tea? And I remember bubble tea from 15 years ago before I had children and when I used to work and I used to catch the bus through Garden City Shopping Centre to get home in the afternoons after work, and I would once a week stop and have bubble tea. And it was a craze then. I don't know if it's still in fashion or not, but hey, if you are a parent or a grandparent and you've got a teenager, I reckon they'll enjoy this. So it's well worth getting them to make it or getting them to be part of that process. Maybe introduce them to your Thermomix. So it is a 3-part process that I've been doing over the last probably hour, but it's 3 big chunks. By the way, if you're watching on today, say hello. I'd love to know you are on. What are you making at the moment in your Thermomix? And also, if you're available to watch a cooking class tonight, I have an online cooking class I'm doing a couple of recipes for. It's at 7 o'clock Queensland time, and let me know if you want the Zoom link for that. But Yeah, so today was just about having a bit of fun in the kitchen. And I love that the Thermomix brings the fun back to the kitchen. Sometimes it can become a chore. It's always, bringing out food for people to eat. It's what will we eat next? What's tomorrow night? I love that Cookidoo gives us the flexibility and freedom to search for what we've got and then be able to make what we can find in the fridge. I do really like that. And that variety, that creativity, I like that a lot. But I also like it for things like this. There's no way without a Thermomix I'd ever make this. I'd be buying it for what? I don't know, $12, $14. I'm not sure what they're even worth these days. But with a Thermomix, with the ingredients, I made it myself. And I'm going to give my kids a bit, see what they think as well. But anyway, this is the assembly of it. So I've got 3 different things that I've created. The first thing you make is actually a black tea mix. It's literally using your Thermomix. You boil up water, you add tea bags, you infuse it, and you put it aside. Then you make your tapioca pearls. So do check this out. This is on YouTube. It'll go up tonight. The whole lot, the whole process, all 4 videos, okay? The 3 process videos and then this one. So these are tapioca pearls. I cover where you get them from, how to know when they're cooked, those sorts of things. They're in here. And then this is a brown sugar syrup. Okay, this is a sweetener. So there's 3 components to putting this together. And I'm at the very end where we're going to put it together. Have you made it? If you have, say hi and let me know you have. And by the way, I must mention as well, Trade Up is on for only 5.5 days left. So if you've been sitting on the fence going, will I or won't I? Go to my website. There is actually a link on the front for Trade Up, which you can put your details into a form, and I send you the link to Trade Up, but I also send you an email or text and say, hey, do you have questions? Can I help? What are you thinking? I want to make sure that, you have all your questions answered before you make a decision on it. But now is the time. I've had so many TM6 and 5 owners. I don't think I've had any TM31. I think all my TM31 owners have traded up over the years already, but many TM6 and TM5 owners taking up the offer, which is so exciting. I can't wait till they land on your bench. I'm really excited for what the TM7 is, but also what it's going to be as we get software updates and things like that. We just know from the history of the TM31 to the 5 to the 6, that this is just the beginning. What the Thermomix is going to look like in 12 months time is going to look more improved, easier, better than it is right now through the software updates they send through. So I'm so excited. Like even now, we've had it since May, and it came with 2 new modes that we didn't have on a TM6. So they're so smart. They gave us what we had in a 6 plus a few more. And then we got the update a few weeks ago, or maybe a month ago now, where we had the remote monitoring and being able from the app to say, hey, get on the screen of my TM7. So you literally can sit on the couch, push that, and it goes, ping, I'm here, which is just so cool. So I love the remote monitoring. I use that more than I ever thought I would or that I would need it. And it's because I can be somewhere else in the house and be like, hey, is my thermi gone off yet? Or did I press play? Or how long's left? And I like not having to call back to the kitchen. I can be out in the yard and see what my thermi is doing, or even down the road. It worked when I was in Fiji. I knew the kids were cooking. So if you want to trade up, let me know. If you want to get a TM7 on the bench as another one, a second Thermomix, let me know. There's many of you doing that as well. Having 2 is amazing. It's a game changer. So let's make bubble tea. So we've got 3 components. I'm not actually sure how we put them together. So divide 1 to 2 tablespoons of the cool tapioca pearls. Probably should have brought a spoon with me. Rookie error, Lisa. What have you got? Oh, I've got spatulas. That'll do me. Okay, so tablespoons into, I've got ice. Maybe if I put this up here so you can see it. There we go. All right, 2 to 3 tablespoons of the pearls. By the way, mine are not completely cooled just because I just don't have the patience to completely cool them. That's about the only reason. I have no other excuse. So in with the beautiful pearls. You can tell they're cooked because, by the way, if you're not sure what these pearls are, I reckon many of you know what sago is. Sago pudding, that's what I'm talking about. You're all like, yeah, I remember that. Okay, then 2 to 3 teaspoons of the sugar syrup. So not a huge amount of sugar syrup. Am I doing this right? Yeah, okay. So that'll make it sweet. Whoa. And then the brewed tea. Okay, so in this goes. And by the way, it's slightly warm still as well. Oh, and I made my own bubble tea. All I need now is a straw. So this is so cool. In essence, if you've never had it, it's kind of like iced tea. but with these little bubbly texture things that you eat. So they're kind of chewy and bouncy. But how cool is that? That is how you make bubble tea. Well, you'll have to watch the whole video to see how you make all the components. But you can do it and save yourself a bucket load of money. Bring your family together or your grandkids together. Get them to be part of this process. Like, the kitchen is the heart of the home. And yes, it can be stressful and out of control, especially if you don't have a Thermomix. But when you've got a Thermomix, it can actually take a step to being fun and enjoyable and a connection space and a time to bring people together. And that's where my heart is. I want to bring people together over food. I want to bring them together over cooking. So, yeah, and I hope you get that too. But otherwise, have a lovely day. Take care in all you do. If you've got questions with your recipes, what you're making, concerns with your Thermomix, anything like that, reach out. I'd love to hear from you. And I love hearing your stories. Thank you to those of you reaching out via email and things like that and leaving me Google reviews. Like, it's just beautiful. I have the most beautiful customers. And I don't know, you don't even feel like customers. You're friends. Like, those of you who show up online and say hello and engage, you're more like friends and family. So thank you for the lovely, kind words you say. Anyway, time to enjoy my tea. Have a lovely day, guys. Take care in all you do, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.